This is the story of one of this decade's finest memes. And by memes, I mean a man so insufferable that he was able to latch on to his 15 minutes of fame, and a few years later is now still holding on for dear life. Hard Rock Nick is a now 44-year-old self-proclaimed millionaire casino mogul, debatable, who's best known for his pursed lip selfies, meticulously crafted facial hair, Instagram captions that would make your mother blush, and of course, being a total piece of shit behind the mask. Allegedly, which I'll get to later. Nick began posting to YouTube as early as 2013 with banger mini vlogs like this one where he just talks about things he keeps inside of his truck.
Oh, I have Coronado Cherry Car Scent available at Ralph's.
Incredible, Nick. I heard that one smells delicious.
Other than that, I'm rocking the absolutely retarded fucking beard that most of you don't have the testicles to grow.
He also dunks on all of us by gassing up his beard and, of course, his Nike Air Maxes as well.
And I'm rocking my $200 Nike Air Maxes that you can't get because they're custom.
Whew. Sick, bro. Anyways, that was long before Nick would get his big break in 2019 when a Twitter thread summarizing some of his most outrageous social media posts would go viral. Ladies, I promise that having a fine-ass boyfriend like me will literally make you come the second I tap my redacted on the edges of your redacted before insertion. This one is by far my favorite, where he flexes for what seems like 3 or 4 paragraphs and goes on to say, I'm almost 300 pounds but carry it like I'm 210. Alexa'd the shit out of my house. Told my private chef to make protein-style cheeseburgers and hold the fries for my lunch today because my new girlfriend is 18 and still in high school. Now, Nick may be a once-in-a-generation baller beating ladies off with a stick, but that can't go without just a touch of racism. 10 turnoffs in a woman in order of level of turned-offness. Number 1, non-Caucasian. Also, his ladies have to be pure white, not mixed with Mexican or Israeli and shit. Now, I know that may sound bad, but the worst part, honestly, is the fact that he posts on Facebook. Oh my God. In 2019, nonetheless. How are you gonna act hard and have a Facebook account? Fucking idiot. I'm just kidding. Sweetheart, my beautiful wife, if you're watching this, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, this viral Twitter thread elicited responses from the likes of Chrissy Teigen, where she says, this is, and I am not just saying this, the best thread I have ever had the honor of reading. Shortly after, it got picked up by commentary YouTubers Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez, who made a video that would go on to be the most viewed video to this day still on Drew's channel, sitting now at around over 13 million views.
Not only is he insanely misogynistic and dating a high schooler, he's also a little bit racist.
Anyways, Big Nick gets his moment. He goes on to book Taj.0 a month or two later, and he gets on a couple of podcasts that year, leaving most people wondering, who the hell is this guy? Is this a self-aware hustle to make some money on Instagram? Or is he actually just a misogynistic blowhard that absolutely cannot get enough of himself? Well, I'm going to try to answer that and give some insight into his previous life before the beard and the bald head and the lashes and the makeup. But first, let's talk about today's video sponsor, Raycon, baby. Let's fucking go! I've kept Raycon earbuds in my pocket for over 2 years now, and what a tremendous companion they have been. Whether I need to get pumped up for a workout, down 30 pounds by the way, or I need to settle my nerves with some of that smooth Beethoven shit, Raycon earbuds deliver with quality sound, comfort, and style that keeps me grounded. They come with a bunch of gel tips so you get the perfect fit, and as you can see, they're incredibly sleek, and they actually stay in place during intense activity. Plus, with 32 hours of battery life, I could listen to a hell of a lot of podcasts while I'm mowing my lawn before I even had to plug in. They start at half the price of other premium audio brands without sacrificing sound fidelity, and with a 45-day happiness guarantee, there's never been a better time to try out some Raycon earbuds. And right now, you can get 15% off your own pair by clicking the link in the description below or going to buyraycon.com/Leon Lush. Thank you guys so much for the support and for supporting companies like Raycon that in turn help support YouTubers like myself. I appreciate you. Okay, so 8 months goes by since Danny and Drew released their video. He's done the Taj.0 thing. He's fucking riding high on the 15 minutes. Finally, he makes a response video 8 months later, and I love that he always talks about himself in the third person in his titles and his descriptions as well. Hard Rock Nick claps back at YouTubers Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. Let's take a quick peek here.
A lot of you ask me what I think of Danny and Drew. And I say, I mean, bruh, I swear to God, I thought they were 12 years old when I first saw the video.
Come on, Nick. Don't be a bully, dude. They look at least 15 years old.
They're like a size medium or small. I mean, bruh, together they don't weigh as much as I do. And I'm not fat. I'm a big boy. Like, I think they're just genuinely intimidated by the fact that I'm big, I'm fucking well-nourished.
That kind of sounds like when my mother used to call me big boned when I was 14 years old at 262 pounds. Yeah, not happening.
I fucking own a casino. I bang pussy younger than them.
I'm sorry, what? Didn't you just say?
I thought they were 12 years old.
Interesting admission, Nick.
Because I found out they're like 25.
Woo! Nice save, Nick. Great Hail Mary in the fourth quarter there.
I just think, man, like, they can't get over the fact that I'm a real person who exists and I'm like a villain, you know, and they just can't stomach that I'm like a badass fucking dude that's about his business, his paper, takes care of himself.
I'm sorry, takes care of himself? Oh, hold on, excuse me. Hello? Oh yeah, Nick, it's your blood pressure. They'd like to have a word.
As far as they made me famous, I don't think that's really fair to Chrissy Teigen, to Tosh, to Tom Segura and Christina P. Then you're also not giving me any credit.
So now he's just mentioning anyone semi-notable that gave him any sort of recognition when he had his moment.
So you have a guy that looks like a celebrity that was already packaged to be a star, and all they did was commentate. I mean, bro, I'm dipped, I'm good looking, I'm educated, I'm articulate, you know, I'm handsome, I have nice teeth.
Go on.
Just the fact that my video is approaching 6 million views on Drew Gooden's channel. Now, some of that is because I think...
So he goes on to spend like the majority of the rest of the video just gloating about how many views their video got. As if he is some kind of superstar because they made a video that got a lot of views that was them just roasting the shit out of him. I hate to break it to you, Nick, but do you see this video?
This marker doesn't write. Is it another prank? No, it's my way to sneak a snack into class.
It's called 14 Ways to Sneak Food into Class by a channel called Troom Troom, and it has 127 million views. So maybe you're not that cool, and maybe YouTube is just run by an algorithm that doesn't really know what the fuck is going on half the time, and videos just occasionally pop. And maybe Danny and Drew are just really funny. Now you'll be happy to know that Nick is still posting to Instagram, and thank the good Lord he has a TikTok now as well, because you gotta go where the audience is. And if there is one thing that sums up Nick just perfectly, it's the fact that he has a link to his famous birthdays profile and his TikTok bio. And if you know what famous birthdays is, you know how devastatingly sad that fact is. Let's see what we're dealing with.
What? Oh, I was just getting my beauty sleep.
I don't think I can watch Disney movies with my son anymore. They have been absolutely ruined. I don't know what that was, but I'm devastated.
You suck dick? You do.
That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup.
Yeah, I mean, you get the picture. I don't think we need to see any more of that. Spare us.
Top 10 fine-ass white girl names of all time. And yes, I fucked a girl who has this name. That was one of the criteria to be on this list. I put a lot of effort into this.
So that's his Instagram, and I mean, just look at it, right? You know what you're getting into, and you get it. I don't want to do it to you guys. I care about you, and that's about all I could take, really. What I do want to show you is this clip on YouTube from a podcast he was on, where he's still obsessing about the fact he was in a Drew and Danny video.
We're not talking about all the YouTube videos that were done, basically roasting me. Remember how I got introduced to the world. If we pull up YouTube, I would be remiss if I don't mention Danny and Drew.
Oh, who's that?
They did a video on me. They are, one is a very famous former Vine star named Drew Gooden.
Was he nice?
Absolutely not. Nothing was nice.
Are you cool with him?
I never talked to him. Never talked to him.
But him making these videos, are you...
Look at the views on that, Jason. Now, when I say viral, this is what I mean.
Yeah, 6 million plus views.
So he's on podcast flexing the views of somebody else's video, which I find that hilarious, dude.
Video he makes.
Not absolutely false. Look at his subscribers.
All right.
And hold on, let's rewind that even more.
He continues to go on to break down why he's so incredible, because their video got more views than the rest of the videos on their channel.
He didn't have that many subscribers when he launches this video. He had maybe 1.5.
Okay, and what is the thing that he keeps bringing up?
He roasts me.
Into you, right?
He roasts me really well. Now,
are they more roasting you about your look
and the things that come out of my mouth?
You do have very graphic captions on your Instagram posts.
Yeah, almost pornographic. That's why I said earlier I did release a sex tape in a way, because I think while I'm going viral, they're like, wow, this guy is disgusting. I mean, he's rude.
So he's on this podcast just gassing himself up for being eccentric and crude enough for other people to make funny videos about him. Hey man, if that's your hustle, I ain't mad at you. Clearly I'm doing the same shit. Well, that's great, Leon, you may be saying to yourself, but does Hard Rock Nick still post to YouTube? You betcha he does, and I looked through a bunch of videos and I found a couple of gems. Real quick, check this one out, one of my favorites. It's called Rhomboid Pull Downs 2019. At least that's what I've called it. 24 seconds in the gym doing lap pull downs, baby. Riveting. Now that was 2019, but recently as a week ago, he posted what is my favorite piece of content from Hard Rock Nick. Take a look. He's live streaming from Hard Rock Stadium, the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight. This is a 2-minute and 23-second live stream. Spoiler alert, he doesn't say a fucking word the whole time. He's just gawking, ogling over himself in the face cam. Oh, you know what, I lied. He does say this.
There's nothing but trolls in here, huh? There's nothing but trolls from Canada, huh? There's nothing but trolls from Canada, huh?
And then another minute and a half of speechless Hard Rock Nick. Listen, I get it. He's looking at that face cam just shell-shocked just by the sheer beauty of his face and the USD value of his change that he can't even summon words, speechless by the proxy of his own magnificence. All right, enough messing around. You've probably seen Hard Rock Nick in your social media feeds over the last couple years, whether it's from something you saw on Twitter, from his feeds, or someone making a video about him already. But I want to touch real quickly on what I mentioned at the very beginning of this video about the potential of him being a piece of shit. Another side to the story that I wasn't privy to until just recently, back before Hard Rock Nick came to fruition. And this story is about a guy named Ali Josh. This is a thread from a user named BDN Deep that goes back to 2019 that goes into detail about Hard Rock Nick's previous life. And here's a summary. Years before having his name legally changed to Nicholas Johansson, Ali Josh had a previous marriage to a woman by the name of Catherine, who, interestingly enough, is an ex-girlfriend of Jeff Goldblum. And that's only notable because Jeff Goldblum is a legend.
What is a meme?
And Ali Josh is absolutely not. Now, this guy shares a link to a weird old YouTube channel with 112 subscribers with a bunch of short videos related to their nuptials.
Do you have anything to say?
I'm the happiest man alive.
Here's what you... Okay.
There he is, just a little less hard, a little less rock, and a little more hair.
No, I need it, man.
What do you know?
No,
You don't
why?
get to sniff it.
Oh my God. Josh, make a little porno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in divorce. How about that? I don't even believe in it.
Is that what you said, Mr.
I don't believe in divorce.
Look in the camera.
I don't believe in divorce.
Now, I don't want to show much more of that because I'm sure it's a previous life that they would both rather soon forget, but it's alleged that this channel was created and these videos were uploaded by either Ali Josh or one of his friends in order to shame Catherine for initiating the divorce and later getting a restraining order against him. Now, the restraining order is public record, and after she filed it and opted for the divorce, get this, and I quote, Josh entered the residence and destroyed a number of items, created a significant mess, and defiled the sink by defecating in it. He left her personal notes about this act and made it clear that he was designing revenge against her and those she associated with. He shit in her sink! Oh my God, the disrespect! Oh, and left like kind of psychotic revenge notes as well. Really intense shit. Literally. There's also posts that suggest Allie's never worked a day in his life and is just a purebred scammer, like a liar through and through. Going as far as taking his own mother for $200,000 and using any woman he can trick into becoming a victim of his manipulation. For clarity, this is unsubstantiated as far as I know, but it is out there. And it does seem like the poster of this thread has a bit of a vendetta against Allie/Hard Rock Nick for whatever reason. And at the end of the thread goes on to call for people to help him shame and mock Allie in a very public place and insists this guy needs to be ruined. I'm taking the initiative to see that happen. A little bit aggressive and unnecessary in my opinion. So that's a bit of a red flag as well. Clicking through to his account, he has thread after thread and tweet after tweet of this alleged proof that everything that Hard Rock Nick says and does is complete bullshit. Which is honestly not that hard to believe, but it also begs the question, why is this guy BDN deep dedicating so much time and resources to trying to prove wrong everything that Nick says when it's like rather obvious to just any person with a brain? So beyond the memes and the haha, this guy's crazy, it would seem that Hard Rock Nick has led a bit of a double life in a sense. And listen, we've all done dumb shit and many of us have a past that we want to get away from. Nick's way of doing that is just a little more eccentric than most. My knee-jerk theory is that deep down Nick is one of the most insecure men in existence. And what social media has done over the last decade or two is it's allowed insecure men to manifest these bloated, contrived, egotistical versions of themselves to help stifle that relentless, pulsating pain of maximum insecurity. And what does all this mean? Nothing, I guess. I don't know. I just find it to be a fascinating story. It feels like oftentimes the people that create these larger-than-life personas online, for whatever reason, whether it's money or attention, seem more often than not to be the ones that are most empty and insecure inside. And that's just my observation over the years of doing this. And listen, we all have insecurities, but there's better ways of dealing with it than shitting in your ex-wife's sink and becoming Hard Rock Nick. I appreciate you guys for watching and being part of the Hard Rock Lush journey all these years. I can't wait to see you in the next video. If you could subscribe if you haven't, that would mean the world to me. You can check out the links in the description if you want to support the channel through merchandise or follow me on other platforms, whatever the hell tickles your nuts. That would be great. Have a great rest of the week. Peace. Oh shit, I almost forgot. If you could do one last thing before you go, take a straight edge razor and delicately cut a delicious line into your perfectly shaved mutton chops, stand up out of your chair, and drop your pants and hip thrust that motherfucking like button for me. That'd be great. Peace.